Hi my little Rays, it's Ray from Ray Rose Studios, and today we will be talking about a topic that has been discussed since the dawn of the internet itself. A drama and discussion that is so intense, so heavily debated, that it has transcended throughout the internet since the dawn of time. Yes, you're correct. We will be talking about the age-old question: why does the LGBTQ community care so much about how other people decide to identify? Now, I'm gonna make something incredibly clear. Do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. From how they talk, this is most likely just a young teen or an older teen, and either way, we shouldn't harass them over their beliefs, even if they're incredibly stupid and petty. But with that out of the way, let's get into the video.
I'm a little confused with my friend. He's trans and I fully support him. But he likes girls. So I made a joke like, "Oh, you're straight now, haha." He said, no. What do you mean? You're a boy who likes girls. You're straight. So now he's pansexual who only likes girls. Like what?
Yes, pansexual people can have preferences. It's not common, but it exists nonetheless.
That's not how pansexual works. You're just straight. He refuses to be straight. It's so weird. Like, is straight bad now?
No, but it is a bit of a jerk move to tell your friend that they're not the sexuality they identify as because you personally don't believe so.
I'm lesbian, so obviously I'm fully supportive of the LGBTQ. But like, what's wrong with being straight, bro? I told him that multiple times, that pansexual is someone who has no preference for gender.
You can be bisexual and have a preference. You can be any sexuality and have preferences. This is the exact same thing as telling a bisexual woman that she can't have a preference for guys because bisexuality is liking both men and women.
And he got all pissy with me. I'm honestly so confused. Any advice at his point? I'm very confused.
Please remember for later in the video, her describing her friend being mad at her for questioning his sexuality, him being pissy with her. It's gonna be relevant later, trust me. Now, after this video, she got a lot of comments telling her, yeah, it's a little bit strange, but it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, so just leave your friend alone on this topic. And this is how she responded.
Hey, so I guess continuation of the video where I was talking about my trans friend. A lot of you were taking his side and saying he's not hurting anyone, so who cares?
He quite literally isn't. He quite literally is not hurting a single soul by saying, yeah, I like women as a pansexual and I prefer women. This is a really big problem within the LGBTQ community, is that a lot of you like to act if one of us doesn't go by the exact definitions of a label, then you're all either going to freaking explode or you'll all be shoved back into the closet and the world will regress back to the 1800s. I promise you it's not that deep.
He literally identified as lesbian for a good 3 months.
Okay, good for him. I'm sorry, what does that have to do with him identifying as pansexual now? This is such unnecessary, out of the blue information, and I don't know why you felt the need to bring it up. It's almost like the only reason you brought it up is to make your friend look bad so that people would agree with you or something.
That's hurting. The whole lesbian community and trans male community.
How though? How is him identifying as a lesbian back then so bad now? You are only adding this to make him look bad. And no, drama queen, you and other lesbians are not going to implode into millions of little pieces because a trans person decided to identify as a lesbian.
As a lesbian myself, it was very uncomfortable and just weird. Taking his side and saying he is hurting anyone.
Because he isn't.
He's hurting himself, me, the lesbian community.
Ah yes, because he decided to identify as a lesbian for 3 months a long time ago. That means the entire community is going to explode in a blazing pit of fire and yada yada yada. Can you just admit you only brought this up to make them look bad?
Honestly, it just baffles me. Anyone who dated him during him being lesbian didn't see him as a real man.
which is a him issue for reasons that they will never, ever explain.
And that is hurting him even if he doesn't realize it.
Ah yes, because you, a person that has done nothing but try to make your friend look like the bad guy this entire time, totally has his best interests at heart and isn't just looking for validation.
Hey, so I have a confession. On some of my videos, a lot of people were saying, oh, cis people trying to police trans people. I'm trans female. Hey, Sue. No, I'm not cis, and I'm not policing my friend.
But you are though. You're telling your friend they can't be pansexual because you said so. That is quite literally the definition of policing him.
If you watch the video, I was confused and told him the correct definition of pansexual.
Don't worry, we watched your videos, but we also watched the videos where you went, I can't believe people are siding with him instead of validating how I feel about the situation. I can't believe you all are condoning this harmful behavior. Someone who is actually confused and wants to learn more about the thing they're asking doesn't get extremely defensive and goes, I can't believe you guys are condoning such behavior. This is so harmful to the community.
Then I mentioned he did identify as lesbian. Then told him that lesbian is non-men loving non-men. So it's kinda invalidating himself. He understood and still goes by sapphic, which is his choice.
Oh, you so admit that the information that you told us about is purely nonsensical and was only there for the purposes of making him look bad. Thank you for at least being honest, I guess.
And I don't care. Oh, he goes by Pan, which he specified to me recently is kinda just a placeholder till he find a correct term for him.
I'm sorry, but I would be so embarrassed if I were you. Imagine making your friend upset and then proceeding to go online to say, my friend is harming the LGBTQ community by identifying this way, only for him to tell you, yeah, it's kind of just a placeholder for now.
I recommend him the term queer and he goes by that in Pan now. I'm not just a closed-minded person.
Underneath the comment section of the first video, you're liking all the comments that are agreeing with you, and anyone that says, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, you send a whole paragraph describing how they're wrong. And then proceeded to make several videos trying to make it seem like your friend was in the wrong by adding unnecessary details. That is quite literally the pinnacle of close-minded.
I'm trans myself and just wanted to understand and help my friend.
I just wanted to understand my friend. Please ignore the video that I made trying to make them look bad so that you would all start agreeing with me. I genuinely just wanted to understand them. And that's basically the end. Moral of the story, leave people alone and let them identify however in the world they want to identify. And if your knee-jerk reaction to this piece of advice is to go, but it's harming the community. Your community's very weak if one person identifying in a way you don't like is ruining it. Now, since this is a short video, I'm going to do a little commercial plug-in and promote myself and my commissions. I have 3 styles for you to choose from. I have a lineless art style, a simple art style, and a stylized art style. For the lineless art style, I do half bodies, which are $21, chest ups, which are $15, and full bodies with background are $26. For my simple art style, I do characters with no backgrounds, which would be $10, characters with background would be $14, a character sheet would be $13, and a character with lines that are colored would be $20. For my stylized art style, for minimal backgrounds, I do $26. For my hyper complex backgrounds, it would be $58. And for super simplistic backgrounds, it would be $22. Also, for my stylized art, you can have a basic character sheet, which is $33, and a full model sheet would be $39, and both of them together would be $60. The basic character sheet is like if they only have one form, and the full model one is like if they have multiple forms, just to clear that up now. Here are a few more examples of things that I have drawn so that you have a better understanding of my skill level. Here is every single way you could possibly contact me for a possible commission. As of now of making this video, I only have a Cash App for you to pay me. That may change in the future, but unfortunately for now, this is all we have. Sorry, Cash App users, no scrum-diddly-umptious Rayro Studio art for you today. Anyway, that's the end of today's video. I hope you all had a good time. If you did, please like, share, and comment, and even subscribe for more ranting commentary from me. But with that out of the way, that will be all. See you next time. Bye-bye!